been good.
Scott, how do you feel the team is coming off that 2-week break heading into this series with Denver?
Well, we're rested. We're healthy. Maybe a little rusty. I don't know. We'll find out on Friday, but the guys are anxious to play. So there's a lot of excitement about getting back, certainly on the rink again and playing. And obviously it's a big weekend, so it's a team we only played 2 times this year. Our guys are aware of that, so hopefully we'll find a way to go in there and get some points.
Conditioning wise, how do you feel that the team's at? Did you have to do a little extra, especially since you guys are heading to Denver?
Well, no, it has nothing to do with that. I mean, it's more of not playing for a couple of weeks. I mean, you're always going to lose something, but try and condition them just like we do. Scrimmage a couple times, get them in some game conditioning. It's certainly not like the game itself, but it's close as you can get. So it's going to probably take a period or 2 to get back into it. I'm not going to lie, but hopefully a good start. And like I said, we'll find out Friday when puck drops.
Probably no coincidence that the top 2 teams in the league also probably have 2 of the top defenses and 2 of the top goaltenders as well.
Well, I think number one, obviously Gillet was one of the top goalies, him and Johnson from North Dakota coming back. I mean, that's why those 2 teams were picked 1 and 2 because of their goaltending, and both teams had significant losses up front. And I think Denver's D-core is very similar to it's been in the past. I mean, they've got 3 or 4 excellent skating, puck-moving defensemen that have great instincts. They got a couple big guys that kind of complement those guys. I think Will Butcher's having a tremendous year. Just like every year they seem to have that 1 or 2 guys that are elite, and certainly he's one of those players, and I think he's their leading scorer right now as well, and controls the game. They're not big, but they have great sticks. They're not necessarily overly physical, but they use their sticks and their skating ability and their smarts defensively and offensively to create a lot of problems.
Brendan Kotick, what kind of leader has he been, not only on the ice and off the ice for you guys this year?
Well, he's been great. I mean, he works as hard as anybody we have on our team. I think since the day he got here, guys certainly probably looked up to him. That's not a joke. I mean, he's obviously was the biggest guy we had, but I think he's come in and he's wanted to improve his game every year. He spends a lot of time, doing extra things, whether it's coming here in the morning, working on skills, skating. He's been doing that since he has been part of our team. The guys certainly have a lot of respect for him because of his work habits. He's a good person, and I don't know if they were afraid of him because he was 6'5", but he's just a good guy, and I think he's earned a lot of respect through how hard he works and the kind of teammate he is.
What kind of changed midway through last year? He wasn't seeing the ice regularly, and then he became a regular guy for you guys in the second half.
He's just stayed with it and worked. Some guys go the other way. Some guys hang their lip, drag the lip, feel sorry for themselves. Brendan wanted to come in and know what he could do to get better, and I think and when you do that and you go out and work on things, coaches notice it, teammates notice it. Everybody goes through different stages and phases, and he just kept working. And I think even now that he's playing, he still works just as hard, but a lot of guys can go the other way, and I think he kept a really good attitude that allowed him to kind of stay focused on what he needed to do, and waited for his opportunity and practiced hard to get that opportunity, and once he got it, he didn't want to give it up. And since then he really hasn't.
Was he a player you had known about before he was at Scholastica? Or?
Nope, I didn't. Jason did. I never saw him play. Heard saw him play junior hockey.
You had a great series with Denver. Mm-hmm. You've played well out there. Is there anything about that place or that arena that you guys like? Or
no, I think we've just always matched up well. I think 2 very similar teams. Both teams, I think play the game the right way. I think their team this year, I think right now they're the best team we're going to play right now in the first half, and certainly the way they're playing, being unbeaten in 14 isn't just the reason. I think they, since the first weekend have found different ways to win games, but they've had guys in and out. But they've got some freshmen contributing, solid goaltending. But they just work hard, and I just really like the way they play the game. They're a really good small area team. They make a lot of plays. They're always good on their special teams. So, but they have the ability. They pursue pucks and get above you, and don't give you a lot of room and create a lot of turnovers that way. So you got to make good decisions with the puck, and hopefully we can spend some time in their zone, because the way they activate their D, it can create a lot of problems. If we haven't seen it much this year with a team that really gets their D involved down low in the offensive zone. So we've got to make sure we're strong that way and aware of those things. You'll see our D at the point sometimes with their forwards, and our forwards down low with their D, and that's just how you have to defend that sometimes.
It's probably good that you have a tough team coming right up. It's 2 weekends off, but it's actually 3 weeks since you played in days, and so it's not like you got a soft non-conference thing and you could come in casually. You're going to come in at a high level, I would think.
Yeah, it was almost like a mini Christmas break, and we've come out of that and played good teams before. So obviously we went into the break, feeling pretty good about ourselves. So like I said, I think the guys are excited to play. Could really sense that last week, towards the end of the week, that they really wanted to get playing, and I think we've had a decent week of practice. But it's hard to simulate games all the time, but there are some things that hopefully we improved on, and it's almost like you had to restart again. But you got to go in and play, and once they get into the game, I think they'll figure it out quickly, and hopefully we can have a good start.
It looks like you had a formula figured out. You get up to number 1 rank, and then you take the rest of the year off.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? Stop the season, yeah.
Do you think it makes it a little easier in a playoff like this to have such a veteran team that's been for you mentioned Christmas breaks. You've obviously done that 3 times now with a lot of these guys.
Yeah, I hope so, Bruce. I mean, I think the guys know what's at stake, and I think this team has had a great demeanor through the first half in all the games. I think it's allowed us to win games. There hasn't been really a lot of panic, but I think we just got to get in and start playing. So I think going in and trying to play aggressively, but also simple, I think is probably the best way. I think you just got to take care of the puck against this team too, and hopefully break their forecheck, because they really are a good forechecking team, and it's not necessarily always hard, but they're just always above you, and they don't give you a lot of room, and you got to make good decisions with the puck. And if we can have a good transition game, it's going to obviously help our overall game. But I think our older guys, like I said, they know what's at stake. It's the only 2 times we play this team. Be nice to go in there and have another good weekend, and keep that position going into the league Christmas break.
You're up offensively from where you were at this point last year. Your shots from this point last year are down like half a dozen a game. Is there another level this team can get to from a puck possession standpoint?
Well, it's one of the things we addressed over the break, that we can be a better puck possession team, but the interesting thing is we haven't had it as much, but we've created more chances and obviously scored more. Some of that's the power plays, scored a little bit more than it did last year, which helps. We've gotten a few shorthanded goals, but we have created more chances. And like I said, been probably more opportunistic on those chances than before. But yes, it's something that I'd like to see get better, so that we don't have to defend as much. But I'm not going to complain the way it's been going either. Maybe last year was a sign too. It doesn't matter how much you have the puck. And we've saw games too where we played teams where they didn't have it, but they won games. So the bottom line is you got to find a way to win, but that is a goal to try and play with the puck a little bit more and have a little more puck possession time, especially in the offensive zone.